All right, so DXY so far, I'm officially bearish, officially bearish. And right here, we also saw, and the market is technically, I mean, sentimentally mixed right now. Okay, on the daily band, we're on the daily time frame, or let me say daily perspective, we have like we're in a risk off sentiment whereby people are being very cautious of taking trade. People are cautious of risking their money or putting their money in anything right now. So they're just calm. Weekly, it is mixed, and monthly, it is still risk off. All right. So what you will see grow on this is we see CHF actually will bounce up. Japanese yen will also make some move to the upside. Dollar is already weak, so that is not part of it. So that's why, and because dollar is weak, that's why we are seeing Bitcoin being very resilient at the top. We are seeing gold actually break to the upside massively. We saw silver also make a very crazy jump. Like that is just the usual risk on and risk off sentiment. All right, and you can see it at the top there. It's just the way it is. The market, what we are trading right now is not the usual. All right, so please endeavor to protect your capital at all costs. And yeah, these are the top setups. Personally, Nasdaq fell. I mean, is it Dow Jones or Nasdaq? We're gonna check those out. I'm still very much bullish on these guys, and I want to buy. But first off, my focus is more on CAD. I'm very sure before the end of the day, I should be able to get an entry on CAD. I'm also looking to buy Swiss yen, but because of the Swiss National Bank still planning to cut some rates, one or two is why I'm still holding off on Swiss yen. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'll join. EURUSD, I have my eyes on it. I would possibly join today. Okay. NZD yen, I have a buy trade on it. Euro dollar, I'm also looking to buy euro dollar if I get a very decent pullback, which I'm going to be talking about today also. Pound Aussie, I'm not sure I'll be touching this anyways. Pound yen, I have a buy trade on it. Pound dollar, I'm not sure I'll be touching this one either. And AUD yes, I wouldn't mind shorting again. I was in a short trade before, then I got tapped out at break even. So I'm not sure if I'll be touching this, but I might. But whatever happens, I'll share it in the group anyways. Pound card, I think it's spiraled. It bounced up last week, but this week now it's showing bearish. I'm not sure I'm interested in pound card anyways. So just gonna move away from it. NZD card, I'm not sure I'm interested. Dollar card, very much bearish. I think it's Damlar that is still shorting this. I hope he's still holding the trade anyways. I'm not sure I have dollar card among my watch list there, but we'll see how it goes. Aussie Kiwi, I'm still holding my short on it. I just took a short on Aussie card on Friday. So this all looks pretty good. Okay, I've been shorting Aussie for a while now, and I mean Aussie Swiss, Aussie Kiwi, Aussie card, I've been shorting them for a while. So that will be very good. On this economic calendar thingy, I'm not sure if we have anything common. All right, good. So I'm not sure if we have some very interesting data coming, especially tomorrow. We have Bank of Japan, policy rate, monetary policy statement, then press conference will follow. All right, it's also tentative, which would probably come around the midnight when we'll be sleeping around 3 a.m. or between 2, 3, and 4 a.m. Something like that. That's when all of this will come out. And yes, tomorrow also we have retail sales in the United States. So this is the number of people that are really buying and people that are still buying stuff in the United States, considering that inflation is going down. So you can see that retail sales it's forecasted to go up because inflation is actually going down. And when this keeps going up like this, inflation will also follow suit in due season. And on Wednesday, we have FOMC, okay, the United States interest rate coming, and it's still forecasted to come unchanged. Okay, Fed are still like, we're not gonna cut rate right now. All right, pissing Trump off, and definitely he's gonna say one or two that would try to like see if he can get to the skin of the Fed. But I'm not sure how that's gonna play out, but we shall see. NZD also the quarterly GDP, which is very important to me. Why? Because I've been very bullish on the NZD itself. Okay, so we have the quarterly GDP for Kiwi coming on Wednesday, which is also forecasted to come just as the same. Just as this, I mean, exactly like as previous. So I hope this remain the same, or we get a bigger number on NZD. If we get something like that, that will be really, really good for my long on NZD. Or even if you get something closer or something weaker or smaller than this, it might not be very helpful. And that's something that happened to GU last week. Okay, let me say GBP. Okay, some data came for GBP last week. The average earnings, what other one? I think the unemployment claim or something, the jobless claim, which is released which literally released every 3 months or so, and they came very poor for GBP. Okay, the data came very, very terrible, and that's why we got that weakness in GBP, the price of pound last week. I think, oh boy, we have the CPI here and there for GBP also tomorrow, no, on Wednesday, also forecasted to drop. This is not looking good for pound, anyways. We get is a cooler inflation in the United Kingdom. That's gonna tank pound a bit further. And currently, I think it's hovering around 71%. It's still loading up. It's my internet, anyways. Okay, still hovering around 71%. Strong though. But if this comes very low, and yeah, pretty much, if that comes very low, yeah, we have their interest rate policy also coming on Thursday. This week is very, very, it's going to be a long week. Swiss National Bank is also forecasted, they are cutting it all the way to zero. So, this is going to be a very long week, in my opinion, a very, very long week, considering what's also going on in the Middle East. I'm not sure anybody is ready for this week news. So we shall see. So let me just take a look at it. Come on, bro. What is going on over there? So basically, I don't know, man. CPI coming, expected to come down, which is very good for the economy, though, in the United Kingdom. But for the pound, which is the currency itself, it is not very decent. And I'm concerned because I'm very bullish on pound. But maybe it's just going to drop a little bit just for me to get in a very good entry, possibly. And if they end up, I'm not sure they're going to cut rates, but whatever the Fed does on Wednesday, excuse me, that would determine, okay, or that would probably set the tone for what the Bank of England is going to do moving forward. But as time goes on, we're going to see, but they're expected to leave the rates unchanged, even though the vote is still supporting leaving the rate unchanged. As you can see, we have 0.27 right there. So it's expected to remain unchanged. And the same thing Fed is doing. So we see how that goes. On Friday, everything is just cool. Bank of Japan, I think these are the only two things that is happening on Friday that makes sense. Retail sales in the United Kingdom and Bank of Japan governor speech. I will see how that goes. I'm not sure if this guy will see anything good. I'm not really sure, but definitely it's going to be around what the Fed did. Maybe they will continue their interest rate, leaving it unchanged as well, because they also plan to leave it unchanged, right? Yes, right here. They also plan to leave it unchanged. So they're going to it's going to like go around what the Fed did and what the United Kingdom guys did, and then what they did prior to both countries, okay, United Kingdom and United States. So they're going to say one or two. I will have to listen to everything this week. I can't miss out because, it's going to set the tone for next week. This one is still loading up. I genuinely don't care anymore. So I'm just going to leave it alone. I hope my internet is still very much intact anyways. All right. So on dollar index, literally, it's still very much bearish. If the Fed leaves the rate unchanged again, it's going to tank a bit further. If the retail sales comes pretty low, where is it again? If the retail sales come pretty low again, which is forecasted to be out either anyways, the retail sales month on month and the core retail sales month on month, it's pretty mixed. Okay, this is expected to go higher by 0.1%, and this is expected to drop by 0.7%. So if this happens, it's just going to be like a whip shot. Market might drop a bit, then fly back up, then drop again, and continue to range as we've been seeing on DXY for like a couple of weeks now. So that might be what's going to happen. However, if both came quite good, if this one is around 0.3 and this one kind of like jumped to like maybe 0.0%, that would be really good for the dollar. To begin with. But we don't know what's going to happen anyways. We have the forecast. We can see it right there, but the actual is not given. So the best we can do now is just to relax and wait for all of those data. So now let's focus on technicals that we all kind of like seems to agree on most of the time. So DXY, so far so good. The weakness is there. All right, there's no point in actually dancing around this unless we're just gonna use analysis to kill the whole thing. So it's basic, it's quite simple. On the daily time frame, go to the 1 hour time frame, it's still very much bearish over there. The plan is to see it break below 97 region successfully, potentially pull back, and we see a much weaker dollar in the nearest future. Anything outside of that, it will probably continue to range. If that doesn't happen, then all the way to the upside, which will be very good for me because I seems to be getting pissed and tired of this weakness for the longest. But if you check the weekly band, let's go to the weekly. I'm not the person that will be 100% certain on DXY weakness that, yeah, dollar is weak. We all know who dollar is. We know the face. We know its name. We know the United States. It's not going to happen. Okay. So we have a very strong trend line there on the weekly band. Okay. Where is it again? Yeah, we have a pretty strong trend line on the weekly band. Just a little bit more for it to come down and we test this weekly trend line. So we have a potential for a rebound right here. It's very much there if we follow technical analysis, right? Unless we want to change the whole game again. So if we follow technical analysis, what has happened before in the past will happen again. So potentially we should get some reaction right around here. Okay, all the way to the upside. It's very normal. However, if we break below here, pull back and retest this thing very well, I mean, technical analysis again, break of trend line, retest of the retest of a broken structure, that would probably cement the reversal of the previous trend that we're anticipating to join. I hope that makes sense to you. So that's just where I stand right now. I'm not super bearish, but in a sense, focusing on what we have right here in front of us, I'm currently bearish on the dollar. But it's not gonna be a bearishness that I will be able to speak out loud with my full chest, because when you take a look at the economy looks super good. Okay, it looks super decent. Nothing has actually broken just yet. Okay, everything still looks very tight. There's so many uncertainties which can be attached to the reason why we're getting this weakness in the dollar. So much uncertainties. But outside of that, everything still looks pretty good. All right, so that's that. NZD/JPY, the market is quite crazy right now. Pumping, dumping, pumping, dumping. I'm just watching. I'm just here for the show. Genuinely, I'm here for the show. And I sort of just closed some entries, some new entries that I took this morning. Okay, I left this one there to just keep running. I think I have like 2 trades on NZD/JPY. For now, I'm not even trailing it anyway, because there might be a whipsaw effect in the next couple of days because of what's going on. So I reduced my risk exposure, and I just decided to just let this thing run. There's a break of trend line where they have a momentum to the upside. I mean, I just want to see it continues. Okay, dollar, Kiwi is strong, yen is weak, which I will show you once this thing finally figure its way out. Okay, there's no point in changing anything for me. If anything's gonna be changed, I will let you know. But right now, I'm holding on to this for as long as possible. Aussie card, on the other hand, the trend is there. We saw that dump and pump, which was effect to the last interest rate cut that's been happening. This cycle, okay, the interest rate cycle that's been happening for the past couple of months. Okay, it's been back to back. Okay, for Australia, then what's it called again? The tariff came in and it just messes everything up, because Australia and New Zealand are big partner with China. Okay, and we also heard about the beef industry moving from Texas in the United States. Okay, because in Texas, most of them are just like ranchers, so to speak. Okay, so they're moving from Texas back to Australia, which is going to be good for the country. But the problem is they can't match up the kind of order that comes from Texas. I mean, those guys are really, really, they know they've been doing it. It's like a century-long business for them. So it's, yeah, Aussie, I mean, the Aussie guys also, like, they know how to do those stuff, okay, when it comes to ranching and everything. but they can't still match the kind of order that comes from the United States. And now that we have a deal, the Geneva deal between the US and China, the one that they just concluded, although there's been no actual data or report or a statement from Xi Jinping, which is the president of the Republic of China, yet. But some of his ministers have said, yeah, we kind of like dig the 50-10%, 50% to 10% deal that they made in London. Okay, so this is what China gets to pay on everything they ship China, everything they ship to the United States. And this is what the United States get to pay on everything they send to China. So, which is quite decent considering the divergence between both countries when it comes to the trade imbalance between them. Okay, so that is quite decent. However, considering every other thing, okay, and just focusing on this particular momentum right here, AUD card is quite bearish. There is no point in dancing around it. I want to do less dancing and more activities right now. So the trend is there, pullback is there. It was even an elite entry. I should have joined the trade right at the top right here. I mean, that's the best entry. My stop loss should have been here. But I mean, never say never. If we go back up, maybe I will have to the trade and I will just adjust my stop loss to this stop right here. That will probably make some sense to me. I mean, it will make some sense. But right now, that is where I get in, and that is where I'm holding the trade for now. And it also has a very decent, I'm not sure about the risk, excuse me. I'm not sure about the swap fee yet, but I will check later, maybe. All right, so this is what we have right now in economic surprise meter or economic meter, whatever the case may be. Dollar is still, dollar is pretty much neutral, 50%, not strong, not weak. Pound is still pretty strong, from 83% to 71%, still pretty strong in my opinion. Euro 57%, leaning towards weakness slowly, but we still got it at 57%, which is very good. Yen also very strong because of what? Because of the risk of sentiment. Okay, don't forget, risk off. Nobody's willing to take any risk right now. Okay, most money they are going to the stock market or the crypto market. The investors, the hedge funds, most of them are putting their money in Switzerland, in Switzerland, or I said Switzerland, in Swiss franc or Japanese yen. Nobody's actually dipping money inside dollar right now because it's weak. Okay, but some are still buying dollar because why? Because you can buy at a very cheaper price. Dollar is very weak, and they know that dollar is never going to crash. Okay, it's not possible. Okay, it's not South African rand and it's not Turkish lira. Okay, so it's not Chinese rand. Even Chinese rand cannot crash. So that is a certainty because dollar is still the king in the market. Nothing anybody can say about that. Though it's going through some e-coms right now, maybe self-inflicted because of what Trump is saying here and there. But at the end of the day, he's still the king. Nothing anybody can say or can do about that for now, at least yet. So let's see how that goes. So Swiss, despite the fact that it is pretty weak, 40%, it's still taking a bigger chunk of the market than these other guys. Okay, it's taking a bigger chunk of the market. Aussie also very 50 neutral, which is very normal considering where the economics are at. Well, I will just leave it at that. CAD pretty strong, and Kiwi 75% from 88%. It got some very crazy data last week, which wasn't very good for it. By the end of the day, it's still very much bullish, and I will keep it at that. And then we see how that goes moving forward. But right now, I'm still very much solid on all of my trades, and I will keep them going until something changes. So far, there's trend, there's momentum. All I have to do is just wait. Two things will happen: get some profit or take some losses. Simple as that. GJ, I'm still holding a buy on GJ. Okay, still looks very, very dauntingly good. All right. I mean, it is just there. It's a bullish momentum. It's a bullish market for a very long time. So all I need, which is very obvious, is a swift break above here and above here. Those are the two things I need to see happen now. But if they don't happen, I'll wait. Maybe the market will come back down here. I will take some new buy. You saw the screenshot I shared on the group last week. I've been buying this thing from here. Buy. It's a sporadic trade. All right. Every pullbacks I buy. Move up, close half, close partial, take some new buy, close half, partial, take it. It is just a show for Kiwi pound yen. But when the time is right, and it breaks all these barriers, all these boundaries at the top here, because it's gonna happen one way or the other. I don't know when, but over the past couple of years, we've seen that this particular instrument is bullish, okay, for the past couple of years. The moment Japanese yen starts, possibly, maybe they will stop, they will just chill from cutting the rate, or they will start hiking it. When they finally figured out what they want to do with their interest rate, the path will be clear. But right now, they're still kind of like dazzling around, just dancing around. We cut today, we're not going to cut tomorrow. We hike today, we're not going to hike tomorrow. It is crazy. So I guess that is why we're getting this in this level of I don't want to say, I'm not sure if I say insolvency is correct, but we're getting this kind of mixed feelings in the market on the yen price, and it's not really, really cool. Okay, so that is that on that. But on a lighter note, like I said earlier, you get a break above there, pull back, buy, a break above there, pull back. Oh boy, I'm gonna buy with everything I have. Never gonna happen. But that's just the sentiment for now on pound yen. Okay. So Aussie Kiwi, I'm still holding my short on Aussie Kiwi, which is the worst. All right. It's a very, very dramatic pair. The worst. I mean, when I say the worst, I mean the worst. It's a very dramatic pair, but it has got some potentials. All right. It's got some potentials. I'm not expecting a very easy trade from this pair, because when you look at, I mean, I'm trading a cousin pair. Okay, those two countries are very close to each other, and the more like have the same economy. Okay, technically, I mean, it's just very crazy. But at the end of the day, the momentum is quite good, and I sort of like what I have here. So that is the reason why I'm still holding this short on this one, and we see how it goes. So for now, that is where I'm at. Okay, on Aussie Kiwi. It's also a positive swap kind of trade, I guess, because their interest rate is awfully the same. So I kind of get some kind of like some sort of positive swap from this. But at the end of the day, it's still the same thing. It is what it is. I'm still holding those trades. We see how it goes. Euro GBP, I genuinely don't know what to do with this one. I'm no more in any trade because the last one I took closed me out in a loss. But for now, I would like to see how this goes. I am not super bearish anymore. Okay, on Euro GBP, I'm not super bearish anymore. But am I bullish yet? I'm not sure. Okay, let me go to my entry time frame on the 4-hour band to see what exactly is going on over there. So on the 4-hour time frame, I'm already seeing a crossover right here, which sort of like changed my mind and changed my perspective on this pair. Okay, although this is not the kind of pair that pull back all the time. It's very crazy. Okay, it will what this thing do, what it does is it will make the move first. You have seen the crossover like since yesterday. All right, then it will now pull back deep, pierce through everything that you know makes sense. Then make a very weak move, then dump again. Why? Because it's a range pair. It always ranges. So you can only get into the trend very early. Either you get into the trend early and you are praying to God that it makes sense. All right. Or you wait for the pullback that might never come. That's just the problem. Imagine if you want to buy this pair, this is the best place to buy right now. Okay, I mean, at the time. And at this point, it was very bearish. So I was shorting at that time. Then it burns off. All right. Now, this pullback might never happen. What would probably happen is maybe the market will make another move to the upside, then come very small, all right, which will still not be something I will be able to join because it's not up to 50% Fibonacci. Then move back up. And the time that is coming back down, that will make that pullback, that you will think is the pullback, You join, it will make a small move to the upside and then dump on your pump, and then dump again. It just, I've seen this happen like multiple times. When you're not watching, that's when this guy moves. So for now, I'm staying close. I'm not taking any trade, but what am I going to do? I'm going to look for buy opportunity. All right, on EURUSD for now. It's not smart, it's not economically smart, but it is what I have right now, and it's what I'm going to do. So that is that. WTI, my favorite for now. I was very fortunate to actually get a very decent profit on this one. Very decent profit. It's like a testament kind of trade. A break above structure, a nice and decent pullback. I just smash it and it makes good sense. I closed this trade last week. I was actually expecting that this is going to happen because of the tension in the Middle East. I mean, we all know what is going on over there. I don't need to say anything about it, all right? Because it's very sensitive. It's not something many people want to talk about. But we all know what's going on over there, and we should all pray for peace, regardless of what we think or what we believe that is doing the right or the wrong thing. But anyways, in my opinion, based on technical perspective, I would still love to buy this one, but definitely it's going to be at the bottom here. Okay, that's the place that makes sense. That makes more sense to me. And if I had joined this one and left it alone, I would have probably been able to close it around here this morning. And if I didn't close it, definitely my profit will have reduced drastically as well. So at the end of the day, it's still a very good decision that I made, because it's better I keep my profit than keep hoping that and there will be a pump because of the tension. What if there's no pump? There's a dump, and a dump on my lap, and then a cross over my stop loss, and it went ahead and crashed my account. Am I going to tell my broker that there's a slippage? They will not care. They will just block me. Simple as that. They can't. I'm not sure they will do that, but the story will just be long, and I'll be the one at loss, because come on, I was the one that I was trying to see if I can cash a pump because there's a tension. Okay. Every time we think about profit, we should also consider the loss involved. So moving forward, this one is out of us overbought already, which is very normal. Okay. However, when you see a range, asset like gold, silver, GJ, all right, all those assets, when you see a very long range, a break and pull back, oh boy, just take that trade. Okay. Just take the This range was like 3 months from May till June, to the middle of June, like almost middle of June. That was crazy. And I've been saying this, I've been talking about this since May as well. I mean, since May, and I've been waiting for it. And when the market happened, gave me a whooping 1:5 RR, which was a long time that I've taken something like this. So it was a very good one overall. But right now, I'm still chilling. Probably I'm going to wait a little longer I will get some. There's no actual data that you can lay your hands on WTI right now because of what the escalation in the Middle East. As time goes on, I'm very sure that we're going to get some very good entry on WTI. Two places, excuse me, one at the top here and one at the bottom here. If I get this one or this one, I will smash an entry. But the reaction at these two junctions will determine how I take the trade. If the reaction is very sporadic at the top here, very fast, meaning the market just dropped down, pump, and I take it down to the 1 hour time frame, and I'm not seeing any serious reaction right there, I would consider it an impulsive move, and I will probably just stay the F away. Okay. But if the reaction is slow, steady, I'm getting some divergence, some very nice price action at the top there, I will consider going long on it. Okay, that's one. The second thing here as well, if it's very sporadic, very fast, very annoying, I will probably not consider it. But if the price action is slow, steady, I get some divergence, some weight pattern there, yeah, why not? I will go give it a shot. So that is the two plan I have on WTI. But overall, I'm still very much bullish. Okay. And the Middle East conflict is still going on. I've been following those whole things like forever. Okay. And it's been a big, very big roller coaster. Okay. A really big roller coaster. And I would just say that let's hope for the best. And it's been so this might not be the best time to go ahead and just start smashing entry on WTI. Anyways, CADJPY is one of my favorites, and I really, really want to buy CADJPY. Okay, but for now, it sort of have the same momentum with GJ. All right, with this kind of crazy channel that is just forming right here. You can see the market is like in a channel, come back down. You understand? It's like in a channel. So I'm just watching. If it's a channel, a bullish channel, I mean, why not? I'm gonna follow it. Why not? All right. But at the end of the day, I still have to get myself into a very, very decent entry. Uh, that in a way that my stop loss will not be too wide and too crazy. And as a matter of fact, I can also just take a buy right now, put my stop loss here, and see how it goes. I can just fly it that way. But I want to see a better move to the upside, followed by a decent pullback, and then we can now look for what? A very good entry. I mean, when you look back, you can see that this thing actually does pull back. All right, it pull back a lot. So no matter how long it takes to go to the upside, it will definitely still come back down. All right. Still definitely going to come back down. At least for the past couple of weeks now, or even months, it's been doing that back to back. The pullback has been very consistent. So, I mean, it's just better to just follow it that way. It's better that way. Okay. For me, and I guess that. It's been pulling back, been doing a very solid pullback. So that's what I'm just gonna anticipate for on CADJPY. I'm pretty much bullish on it anyways. Swissian also, I'm very much bullish on this one as well. And it does pull back also, which is very fortunate for me because I missed the first entry. Okay. I missed the first entry around here. Okay. Now the plan is to see if I can get another pullback to this region so I can now get an entry, put my stop loss probably below here. This is very crazy though. Imagine my stop loss right here. That should be around 300 pips plus or minus 300 pips. But it can't be less than 210 pips. All right. I'm not sure it can be less than 210 pips. Let me check. So, no, yeah, like I said, 210. So that's 215 pips. So I'm still like in that zone. So 215 pips is not too much because I'll be targeting the very top. All right. There's a long way for this guy to go. He has a long way to go. But slowly from here to here, is it up to 1:2? Yeah, this is 400 pips. So it's more than 1:2. It's more like 1:2, so to speak. So that's a good risk to reward ratio. And it can take like a week or two, potentially. All right, so let's see how that goes. I'm pretty much bullish on Switzerland also. And when it comes to, when it comes to the risk sentiment, don't forget I said we are in risk off, okay, risk off mode. So everyone is what? Putting money in Switzerland, putting money in gold, putting money in Japanese yen. All right. Simply because there's uncertainty. Dollar is weak. Okay. There's war. There's trade war. There's an actual war. There's geopolitical tension in Europe, in Russia, between Russia and US, between China and US. Everybody is literally like bickering at each other right now. So many things is going on. So it doesn't look very decent for investors. I mean, if I were you, just ask yourself this question, okay? When you wake up every morning, when you look at the market, do you feel comfortable taking some trade? Like, do you feel considering everything that's going on? Do you feel comfortable risking your money on a particular asset? If you don't feel 100% comfortable, then you know it is what? It is risk off. Okay? But if you feel super, super comfortable, like, yeah, let's just do it. Everywhere good. Everywhere is good. Then that's risk on. That means people are ready to take on risks. Okay, it's just as simple as that. Right now, not so many people want to take risk. Everybody's trying to be cautious, trying to lower their risk exposure, even though you still know that there's a possibility. But then you don't want to risk it all because it can go AWire on you. So that's what risk off means. It doesn't mean people are still not trading, people are not trading, people are not investing. They're just looking for better assets, better assets, so to speak, to put their money in, to invest in. That's what risk on and risk off means, literally. Okay. So we shall see. And that's just what I've been saying, so that it doesn't look like I'm speaking grammar about risk on and risk off. It's something we can all kind of like in retrospect, something we all kind of go through every day, especially if you're a trader and you trade actively. So you know how this works. It's about people's sentiment. It's about sentiment, about how you feel, literally about some certain assets. So on Euro USD, I've been chilling on this. I'm still not super. I'm not a big fan of buying Euro dollar right now. Genuinely, I don't care about Euro dollar, honestly, because of I'm still very much like leaning. I'm just neutral on dollar, DXY. Like I don't want to sell DXY. And the fact that it hasn't really broken 97 region fully yet, still kind of keep me at bay. And I'm probably losing a lot of opportunities for buy, especially for UCAD sell. Okay. I lost that opportunity. It's not like lose like that. I just decided not to pick it. And the other trade I picked, they kind of did make money as well. So it's just based on my sentiment right now. That's why I'm not touching the dollar pair. And it's something I've been doing for like 2 months now, so to speak. I just don't want to sell dollar right now. I don't want to sell dollar with my full chest because if I'm going to go in and buy this euro dollar right now, I better be sure that dollar index is going to cross below $97. And am I sure that's going to happen? No. I might be wrong. I would love to be wrong, actually. I don't have problem being wrong. But based on how much I just love my capital, I don't think this is worthy of buying. But technically, it's a good one. All right. The trend is there. The momentum is there. The trend line supported. Moving average supported. Indicator is probably going to cross below here. I mean, it is shouting back. Okay. We have to look at it critically. It is shouting back. Would I take it? Based on my own personal conviction now, I'm not going to take it. I'd rather go for another asset. And that doesn't make me a bad trader or whatever. I'm just being a very picky one. All right. So that's the plan. But I'm quite bullish on euro dollar. All right. Based on what I'm seeing right in front of me, minus my entire whatever I'm going through emotionally about dollar and the rest, I would say just look for very nice pullback to this region, which will probably be a slightly crossing below 50 period moving average. I mean, that will be a good one for you if you're interested in buying euro dollar. All right, but don't buy at the top here. That will be very tricky and that will be very risky as well. I think Fibonacci should also support this in a way. Yeah, you see, Fibonacci also kind of like supports it. Okay, the market cross the cost to this region, right? You just take it. I'm not sure I would take it. Like I said, I'm not really sure. So I just have to like come correct on all of this pair so we all know where we stand. EURUSD is another one that I missed because I'm already on GJ. And then I also want to reduce my exposure on the yen pairs. Okay. I want to reduce my exposure because of what is coming this week. Okay. The main refinancing rate in BOJ policy rate. Okay. The monetary policy statement, which would definitely be this is not even the problem. The fact that they want to cut rate or hike rate is not the problem. I mean, everybody's already expecting this, possibly. But the problem is the statement. God, that can torpedo the market upside down when it comes to the Bank of Japan. You just see that market will just drop. And in a few minutes, it is crazy. So that is the reason why I'm just like very cautious on my exposure on the yen pairs for now. But whatever happens, however it happens, it's gonna be tomorrow. By this time tomorrow, everything should have been done. So I will come to the market with a chest guard so I can protect my heart from breaking, So anyways, we see how that goes. So moving forward, excuse me. All right. Moving forward, I made a very nice entry on GJ. I mean on EJ. Is it possible for this guy to actually come back down? I'm not sure. I think that is the move. So that's already done the pullback. I think that was the move. Yeah, I think so. I think this pullback is the pullback. And it has broken this eye already. So that's already done. All right. So that's the pullback. It's done and it's gone. So now break above there. Maybe it's gonna come back down a little bit, probably dip a bit further. Then I can join moving forward. But this is a very good one and it's already gone. So that is that on the GBP, EURUSD, excuse me, Euro Yen. But we'll see how it goes. Euro Aussie, I'm quite bullish. I mean, Edgefinder is saying bullish, but I'm not sure if I'm bullish on this one. Yeah, Edgefinder is saying bullish. Euro Aussie, boys for 6. I'm not sure if I would buy this, but technically, it's also very bullish, anyways. It's also very bullish. I think this one is much better seen on the daily band. So let's just go to the daily time frame. Let's go, Brad. Don't waste my time. Yeah, good. So, yeah, it looks cool. All right, it looks super cool. Super, super cool. But then, right, you know what I'm going to say? Right here will be a better place to look for buy. Better place to look for buy. On pound, Aussie. Okay, pound is very strong. Aussie is like on an average neutral. So we see how that goes. I'm not gonna buy at the top here. I mean, I've already missed so many chances of buying there. I'm not sure if I took any buy there anytime last month, but this has taken the longest to actually pull back to this region. So I'm gonna delete this one now, and I will just anticipate this region pullback. Okay, if you can come back to this region, yeah, I will considerably buy. Considerably. All right. Yeah, from here. Anything outside of that, I would love to watch it go. I mean, it will give me joy. So I see that Mr. Solomon, I saw that he shared a trade on the group that he took a buy on Bitcoin. How's it? That should be a damn good one. All right. A beautiful one. So yeah, I would consider buying too. But then I mentioned I will be like, bro, what do you mean by but then? Don't but then you don't even try it. I think it's a very good one. All right. I would love to buy myself. Yeah, maybe around there. Okay. And so far, we've seen Bitcoin actually do some very good pullback lately. I mean, this was a very damn good one. All right. A very good buy right here. Even though I shorted this, all right, I sold it to this region, which I did not buy back because, I mean, it's a range. I don't like anything boxed out. Anything boxy stuff, I don't like it. It doesn't give me peace of mind. And I don't like trading when there is no peace. So if it breaks above here, pull back nice and easy. I get a very decent pullback. I mean, people are forecasting to see Bitcoin at 160K. I've heard 145K. I've heard 150K. And when people are talking about all these K, higher numbers in the crypto space, you better believe it. It's gonna happen. I mean, they've proved it over and over and over and over again to be right. They said 100K. They said 70K. It touched 70K. 100K. It touched 100K. 110K. It touched 110K. They are saying 160K now, bro. Forget what we know. It's pure sentiment. The crypto market is pure sentiment, literally. When they say, yeah, they will push it. The market will push it, everybody will still rally around. Buy. The market will pump. And when the 160K is done, they'll see a deeper pullback. And then again, it will go back again, maybe 200K. I mean, it is the crypto space. I'm sorry I'm rambling, but it's the crypto space. I mean, nothing, I can't really lay my finger on what actually drives this market literally, but it's just the way it is. Okay, we all hope that it takes over the fiat world that we are used to. Okay, the currency market we are used to, the fiat, the paper money. That's what we are all hoping to see happen. But so far so good. They all seems to be coexisting very well. The fiat world never crashed. Dollar is still the king. Crypto is also doing well. All right, the altcoin, the stable coin, the meme coin, everybody is doing very well. So seems to be coexisting pretty well, right? Nobody is killing anybody. As a matter of fact, some banks are even keeping some of their assets as Bitcoin. All right, we've heard about JP Morgan getting like 6 billion, Morgan Chase, everybody just dipping money, dipping their toes. I mean, it is right there. They can all survive together. So it's just how we capitalize on this and how we make very good decisions. So that buy trade, get an early entry, good for you. Even though you did not share it very early, but definitely I will look to buy at the top here moving forward. Okay. And let's see if we can get that 120K. At least let's see if we can get 120K first before we can now start targeting 160K. All right, because the highest I've heard so far is 160. Nobody has actually gone too crazy to 250 or 200K just yet. Or maybe someone is saying it, doesn't just come to my timeline yet. When the time is right, I'm very sure I will snoop into that as well. XAG, which is silver. Silver looks good, okay, for buying, but I'm definitely not gonna try buying right there. I missed out on this one anyway, which was very painful, by the way. You know how long I've been buying silver. I bought right here, I sold right here, I bought a bit here as well. So silver has been doing amazingly, okay, amazingly. It's an undervalued asset, but it looks like this might be the time for silver to shine. And I would love to see silver shine personally. So, but if it's gonna shine, it has to shine with me. It has to make me a shine guy as well. So we have to see it come down here, we test this region, and then we can all shine together all the way to $40. All right, I don't care if it's gonna go to $80, if it's gonna go to 800. It's an undervalued asset. After gold, it is silver. It's just like Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Gold and silver is just the same thing, right? It is literally the same thing. Bitcoin at 110K, Ethereum at 2,500. I mean, imagine the difference. Gold at $3,450, right? Silver at 37. This is $36. It is just literally crazy. So these two assets are undervalued, Ethereum and silver. They are both undervalued assets. They have not really made their jump, but Ethereum is actually a problematic, they have a problematic ecosystem since they act, who did they act that time? Is it bit by bit or something? Okay, which is like the second or third exchange in the world right now based on their liquidity. Okay, I think Binance is still leading the table. Okay, so anyways, that is just how it is right now. They are both on the value. Now let's go away from Bitcoin and whatever, and let's focus on silver. So silver and gold, both almost equally important. Okay, almost equally important. But gold is just more shinier than silver. That's just the way it is. Okay, and silver is very, 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 very undervalued. So if it can jump to $800, nobody would care. Genuinely, nobody would like care because everybody would love to see that happen. I mean, just like that person that you see every Christmas, be like, we miss you so much, right? So I'm just very much bullish on silver right now. But we know if this guy is going to come back down here, gold will definitely drop as well. And then if silver gets to $800, we'll probably be seeing gold at maybe $10,000. Okay, just believe that $10,000. And maybe we see Bitcoin at maybe $1 million. When you see Bitcoin at $1 million, that would be so beautiful to see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just chilling now. So that's just that anyway. And the time is fast spent also. So on silver, I would love to see this pullback happen. Maybe not today, okay, but I would love to see that happen. And then maybe, an oversold right here on RSI, so we can get a very good entry, okay? And this would definitely be 50% for Fibonacci also. So that would be good. So that's that on silver. Let me wrap up real quickly. We have EURUSD. Don't forget, I'm still very much bearish on EURUSD. All right, very, very, very much bearish. Okay, I mean it's ranging. It tapped out last week, and I think it's a rock pull kind of like. I'm sorry, I mean a trap, a false breakout. It just broke above there. Now it seems to be pulling back, right? But I mean, it is there. Whenever it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But will I consider buying EURUSD? Probably not. All right, probably not. And it's not on 4-hour time frame anyways. But I'm going to buy this maybe on 15-minute time frame. Maybe. Okay, maybe on 15-minute time frame. But I'm not going to just jump into this aimlessly without any plan. Okay, so that's the plan on EURUSD for now. So let's see how that goes. But for now, I'm just chilling on EURUSD. I mean, I have my hands full on the yen pairs, which are still dancing around, like literally dancing around. Honestly, I don't really have any other thing to say about them. They're just dancing around. So which other one? It looks good. Euro NZD also looks super good, right? But seems like this one has a better chance of moving to the upside, okay, than it is to the downside, which is very problematic to me because problematic for me because I'm very much bearish on this one. Consider the economic divergence between Euro and New Zealand. But then I guess we shall see. I'm not sure if I'll buy this. I'm not sure if I will. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But we shall see. All right. Let's see. Also, don't forget it's at overbought right there. So get a divergence there. We get a divergence here. Break. Maybe the range will continue. Maybe. Maybe just gonna break to the downside, trap some sellers, and then fly to the upside. That would be a good place to buy right there. So we shall see. All right. We can draw so many things out of here, try to deduce them, trying to dance around it. Still not gonna change anything. It's gonna fly, it's gonna fly, it's gonna drop, it's gonna drop. Nothing anybody can do. But right now, I'm just gonna watch this one very, very carefully. So now, if you have any question, please, now is the time. You can unmute yourself now, please. If you have any question, if you have any suggestion, if you're in any trade, please, let's have a conversation.